We're here, Southtown 101. This card show, I was just going over it, man. This thing's pretty hopping. People came in here pretty quick, and I was noticing that I'm seeing some blue faces, not just small bills. Some people breaking out big bills, making some big deals.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel about the vibe up here right now?
The vibe's good. It's early. It's 12 o'clock. I mean, we have this thing from 11 a.m. to 5, so it's a long gap. A lot of people don't have time to sit there all day trading cards, so there'll be spurts. I do think these are some of the good time guys I've met in Dallas. Believe it or not, I met them in Dallas. They ended up living here in San Antonio. So I think we're making a good little foundation, a good little core here. We got a nice little group of people. We're trying to build this trade day, Public Sports Radio, and build the hobby.
So, when did you start collecting cards? Is it since you were a kid, or is it like more so lately?
I mean, I was a big card collector when I was a kid. I collected everything from, I mean, you name it, dude. Desert Storm to Garbage Pail Kids. I mean, that's how
Okay.
broad everything was. Like, I've got Yo and TV rap cards, freaking Star Wars. I got tons of baseball, basketball. What I love to do is, I've always loved NBA and I've always loved baseball. Those are my
Okay.
probably two top card collecting. I stopped, obviously, like every kid, there comes a time in their life where they usually just stop at some point. Well, Cash had brought this back into my life, and dude, I couldn't be some more thankful. It gives us something to bond over,
Oh, heck yeah.
and it's been a blessing because we've found a way to make money in it too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I keep hearing a lot of people talk about is the amount of money that's flowing through these card shows and through the people that trade and deal these cards, and it's crazy. So you said you collected when you were younger and then stopped. Do you have any cards that you remember that you had when you were a kid that you're kicking yourself for losing or letting go of? Or
I mean, no, nothing I regret. I still have cards. I'm sure there was Jordans or something at some time I traded because I collected in that year, that the good years too, but the Fleer years,
Yeah.
when everything was like Fleer. But I wouldn't say I regret anything. There's this one set because Bo Jackson was my favorite running back. I remember there's this one Bo Jackson card I can't find to save my life.
Okay, so there it is. There it is. I
He's
figured
probably the one card. I love Bo Jackson. I had all his baseball cards and all his Raiders cards. So
That's cool. That's awesome.
but no, I actually still have a lot of my old cards. It's just funny because in this hobby, the old stuff doesn't translate into what the new stuff does. The new stuff is it's all trendy. It's like all the new rookies
Mhm.
are the big cards. So these rookies like Paulo Banchero, for instance, he's never done shit in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
But he's a rookie. He's popular. He has good upside. So his cards are like some of the highest valued cards that you could pull right now.
Well, it's almost like a stock, like you're predicting the upside of the player's career.
Now that's for this year. Obviously, if you go back to like Mahomes's rookie year, that's a fucking gigantic card. So you start collecting their rookie years, everyone wants the rookie cards. The rookie cards is where it's at.
So everybody has, favorite players, but do you look for it mostly on value or like a person that you would like to have in your collection? Do you understand my question?
Well, the thing with me is I don't necessarily have a PC. I'm open to selling everything. So I look for value and how cheap I can get something and how much I can make off of it.
Perfect.
We have one PC card. PC's probably personal collection.
Okay.
We have one PC is the LeBron James.
Okay.
So Cash has a shit ton of LeBron James. That's who he wanted to keep. We've got $3,000 LeBron James. We got several of them.
Several of them?
Several 3,000 different ones, like they're true gold to 10. There's only 10 in the world.
Has he turned people down at the card show that have
Oh,
seen
we
it?
always do. He doesn't even pull them out anymore because it's our, LeBron James is the one guy, kind of like Jordan, where you think he's going to go up when he retires.
Yeah.
Him, Steph Curry, guys like that. I mean,
you think the Curry card that Cash just got a little bit ago is going to be PC for him?
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's a 2018 to 25 Mojo autograph, Steph Curry. So that card, when he retires, that card's going up. There's only 25 of them in the world.
Okay.
And also, for what he let go a bunch of Shannon Sharps. He let go of like rookie card autographs, which we have no clue how they're going to retain their value. Most likely they're not because Over time, they're not going to be the next LeBron James.
Right.
So, and we got cash on the deal. He made like $300 on top of all that shit. So,
I thought he gave $300.
No, he received $300.
So he gave those other cards and got $300 for
Exactly.
Man.
And you should see what he's doing right now. He's about to sell all our fucking shit. I'm like,
is he really? We need to make sure if there's a sale going on, we need to make sure and get out there. I can take the microphone out there. I want to see Cash at work because
Cash is a 16-year-old businessman, man. That's all I can describe him as. Like, he's all about business.
Hey,
whether it comes to cards, whether it comes to fucking basketball, or whether it comes to Fortnite, he'll kill anybody at any of those 3 days.
That's funny. So what is the, I would say, best card or most valuable card that you've gotten since you started doing these card shows?
I'd probably say the LeBron Jameses are, $3,000 cards. I mean, we don't like, we haven't really went out and bought any big cards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll try to trade for big cards like that.
Okay.
It just seemed more, I'd rather give up like 8 mediocre cards. And the guy that has the $3,000 Brown that we're trading for, he'd rather have those 10 mediocre cards because he can sell them easier. Not everyone at shows has $3,000 they're willing to pull out and pay for a fucking card. So, like big cards like that, we like to trade into. I've pulled some big cards. I mean, we've gotten lucky and pulled some cards that we actually open and pull ourselves that are $1,000. I mean, I got a Wimpignano. When we grade it, and if it comes back at 10, it's going to be a $5,000 card.
You have it now?
I didn't bring it. I'm not going to sell it. Wimpignano rookie card. It's the very first one.
I was about to say I would like to see that
autograph.
Card.
I mean, I didn't bring it because I want to grade it first.
Okay.
Now, if it comes back a 9, a PSA 9, we'll probably sell it. But if it's a 10, we'll probably hold on to it.
So I understand like what grading things are. I mean, I've never heard of grading cards, but I mean, I understand what it is. What is there any reason why it wouldn't come back at 10 that you can think of, or is it that
there's a million reasons, bro? Corners, surface scratches, dings, like all kinds of shit. A centering, because they cut the cards and sometimes the centering's off.
Okay.
There's a million reasons, and it's rare. That's why gym 10s are they're supposed to be 2.5 or 3 times the value. Some people will say 6 to 7 times the value. I don't believe that. So let's say a raw card's $50.
Mm-hmm.
You pull it, it's raw, $50. If it comes back at 10, you can take that $50 times 2.5 or 3. Now that's the value of that card, basically.
See, there's levels to this that I'm now starting to understand.
Yeah. So, and then the 9 is just like some people say times 1 or 1.5 on top of raw.
I don't know if you can actually answer this, but if you had to guess, what would you say the average grade is for a card that you pull?
I would probably say 9.
9, like most cards are about a 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
But so also, like, for instance, back to the grading thing. So it's worth it to me because the thing is, if I get a raw card, $50, let's say it's a $50 raw card, I send it off for grading. That cost me $20. It's $20. So now that card becomes $70. So, if it comes back at 10, I'm clearing the money. I'm profiting more money.
Right. Have you gotten them and been like confident, this one will come back in as a 10, or is it that hard to get a 10 grade that you kind of just wait for it to see?
I've been confident in cards that I thought were 10s and they come back 7s. Like,
oh wow,
they go as low as they don't even put a number on that shit. They're like, fuck you. Okay. You don't even get a number. Wow. But I mean, dude, they grade anything, bro. They grade just standard autographs, magazines, Funko Pops, you name it. They grade all kinds of shit.
How much trust goes into the trading shows? Like, have you seen? Is it common for somebody to maybe like try and lie about the grade of a card?
No, because if it's PSA, all the cards graded nowadays, they have a scan bar. You can basically scan it and verify it's fucking real.
Like, okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah,
perfect. I feel like maybe before we started scanning everything, that could have been something people dealt with. But that's cool that if it gets graded, you can scan it and check it right away.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's a great hobby. It's definitely expanded from the last time. Like when I was collecting at my age, I'm fucking 44. We were looking through Beckett magazines to look at the prices. We just got a private note passed.
Yeah, I got a private note passed since. Yeah. So what about I can't read Big Show's handwriting, can you?
Ask him about cracking graded cards.
See, you took a second too though, right?
Yeah. So cracking graded cards, that's a good question because a lot of people get scared around the idea of cracking. So I've had some weird shit. No, I believe PSA, there's the standard, they're like the standard of the industry, I think, PSA grading.
What
There's
is,
also Beckett. There's like
so this
all
is a
these
different
other,
company?
no, there's all these sub companies, right? There's of grading, right?
Uh-huh.
There's like the big three, and PSA is kind of like the standard.
Gotcha.
Anyway, so I've had cards where you think, like I'll get their BGS Beckett slabs, right? They have a sub, so it'll be like 9 instead of PSA. PSA goes by 10, 9, 8, 7. Now Beckett will go by 10, 9.5, 9. So they have subgrades, so you can get that point, the half point.
Okay.
Well, I've gotten cards from Beckett like a 9.5, and I will fucking crack it with pliers. I'll crack it, take the card out, repackage it, send it to PSA, and it comes back a 10. That
Wow.
increases the value by because PSA is a stronger market than the Beckett slab.
Gotcha.
So sometimes I'll go look for weaker virgin graded slabs. This is a little thing that I like to do.
Like in the shows, like you're specifically
Yeah.
hunting these cards.
These cheaper graded slabs because I know I'm going to crack them in my head already.
Okay.
I'm going to resend them and hope for the best.
Man, I'm learning a lot now. That makes perfect sense. Yeah. So you're looking like for the lower grade, you buy the card, you crack it, then the card instantly becomes worth more.
Now, there's been a time even where I've cracked a card, it's come back a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I cracked it. It was a PSA. It came back a 7. I resent it to PSA, and it came back a 10. Now, how the fuck does that happen? And that's where everyone's kind of like,
do you know if they're graded by individuals?
They're graded by individuals, and that's the thing. It's like if they're having a bad day, if they don't give a shit, who knows what the standards are. That's the kind of weird thing about it.
They're having a bad day. They're just like, screw this guy, 6.
Exactly. Or if you send in a pile of subs, I mean, you imagine they want to get through it quick, so they're either giving you fair grades or shitty grades. It's like, but how does that happen?
Oh,
how do you crack the same card and it comes back 2 different scores?
I don't know. I've already learned so much about this card grading. That's like, I guess it's what you just said. It's got to be, if it's individual grading it, it's based on how their day's going and a lot of different things.
There's also been rumors too that cards are assigned numbers so that, let's say, because I've seen multiple cards like of the same version. Okay, let's say because each card's numbered, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not each card, but there's like to 99s to 249s to 149s to 10s to 5s. So when I say to 10 to 5, there's only 10 of those cards in the world. There's only 249 cards of these in the world. They're numbered.
Wow. Okay.
That's what they called numbered cards.
Okay.
So that's why the hobby, what Big Show was trying to explain, when you get in these breaks, they have hobby boxes. Hobby boxes are the ones that have all the number cards.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
And that's
and
what
your golds and your greens. And, each card that's numbered, like your golds are usually 101 gold vinyl. They have gold vinyls to 5s, gold vinyls to 10, or gold to 10, gold to 5. There's all kinds of different. So, anyways, I guess I forgot where I was going here.
Well, I mean, I think you made your point with it because. So, I was going to ask you too. Have you, and this is changing topics, but have you bought a card at a card show and sold that same card in the same day?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
And I've made, let's see, a great profit. I bought a card for $70. Preston was there. I felt good too that day because Preston was always like the low ball guy.
Okay.
And he actually offered the guy like 100, and I said, I'll do it for 70. And the guy Preston never made the offer, but Preston said you should offer him 100.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I'm going to offer him 70. So I offered him 70. Uh-huh. I ended up selling it for 130. So
that same day.
That's a quick fucking flip.
See, that is
$60 flip like that. Bam.
That gets me excited. I would love the idea of being able to go in there, buy something, sell it, and walk out with more money than you bought it for in the same day.
Well, the thing with us is like we set up our booth, all the vendors come to us because we're willing to give comps since we break so much.
Uh-huh.
And we don't go out individually hunting for cards. So we can afford, I wouldn't say afford, but we are okay giving like 70, 80% comps of the last sell.
Right. Well, and you said when you say you're not hunting for cards, that's like earlier when I asked you, you're looking for value. You're not hunting for individual like cards.
Well, we do go hunt for like LeBrons and stuff like that. I mean, if there's a good deal, there's a good deal. You got to take it in this business, you know.
Right.
It doesn't matter what PC, who you want. If you're going to try to flip it, you have to take the deal. So,
have you seen any cards today that you have not seen before that have showed up out of these few boxes, or have you not got a chance to look at them?
I've seen some really nice cards. This guy in here has a Luka rookie autograph, flawless, which is a beautiful patch. I mean, that's worth a lot of money. He's got a what was it? Another Justin Herbert autograph rookie patch, which is worth a ton of money. Like, there's some big cards out there.
Well, so what I was going to say is
this room right here, without just guessing, I bet there's over $50,000 easy sitting in that room right now.
Ooh. See, I was just going to say, these people seem like they mean business. These people that
these guys are vultures.
Gotcha.
That's why, like, the trade thing is cool. I'd prefer this because these vultures will give you more of a fair trade. Now, if they're wanting to pay cash, they're hounding your ass because they have to be able to make money too. So, you know, we're all trying to do the same shit. So it's like a vendor buying from a vendor sometimes sucks because you're not going to get anywhere. You're like, oh, well, I need 60% comps. Well, we're all trying to sell it for the same shit. We're all trying to, but some of these guys where I need to get a little bit better, some of these guys will ask fucking outrageous prices, like 3 times the amount it's supposed to really be. And they'll fucking just sometimes get it. They'll get lucky and just get it.
So yeah, you got to take that shot. You know, this is,
and I feel bad doing that because we deal with so many vendors and stuff that they just come by. They'll look at it, shake their head, and leave. It's like, you know, I'm looking like I want to make the damn sell, so I'm gonna go to what it last sold for, and maybe take 80% of that.
You know what this makes me think of, and you know, I've done like marketing and sales and stuff in my life. Most countries, it's not a set price. When you walk into a store, you know, if it says 10, you might walk out spending 7 on it or 8 on it. Here, you know, in the United States, you're paying what it says plus the tax. But you know, this trade show is more like that. Like, you can go in there and it's all about, you know, making the deal, doing the bargain.
Right.
And, you know, that's how things are in most places around the world.
And a lot of these guys, like, he traded the one Curry for like, what, 7 or 8 or 10 cards and gave us cash. Like, those cards are going to be easy flip for him.
That's awesome.
Because it's easier for someone like him to flip a $200 card instead of a big card. Like, they just don't have those connections, you know?
So everybody's happy.
And they get more value out of a $200 card. It's like, if I say 1,500, that's why Cash and I know we're going to PC it, because if we were trying to sell that, people are going to want to pay. If we, you know, they're going to want to pay like 1,200 for it.
Oh man, it would be hard for me not to sell.
It's worth more than 1,200. No, it's worth more than 1,200. But the vendors are going to want that kind of a deal, and we're just going to tell them to F off because.
But those 7 cards that he sold probably aren't worth 1,200.
They probably are because they're graded. They're good cards. Like the Larry Bird autograph card, that was like, you know, a $200 card.
Gotcha. Okay, so that guy's very happy with the
There's
deal.
probably no card that he let go of that was less than $200.
Oh, out of those 7?
The whatever amount he gave him, I don't know exactly, but yeah.
Wow.
All those cards in there that we have, every one of them's worth over $200.
Wow. That's awesome. You guys think of any other questions? How do you feel about this? Does it? Yeah, I noticed 2 of those guys are.
Yeah, a couple of them are a little bit nervous, but yeah, we need to get some other guys in here. The main goal here is we're trying to grow the hobby. We got to pass it on. You know, it's always like, dude, the industry is so big. It's like comparable to anything, gambling, weed industry. It's fucking enormous. Like
it's its own functioning.
It's its own thing, bro. Yeah. And it's bigger, in my opinion, than the shoe. Cash and I were in the shoe industry for a little bit, like collecting all these shoes. We still have over 100 brand new pairs of shoes.
Oh wow!
Good shoes too, like ones you have to like.
You got any 10.5s?
All we have is size 11s.
I need some shoes,
bro. Like, we're gonna call our store size 11 because that's all we collected. But
that would be cool.
After being at those trade shows and the car trade shows, like trade shows blow the fucking shoes away. It's just insane because there's so many unique shoes. There's not one-on-one shoes. Like, there's everyone, you know, everyone has the same shit.
Right.
There's fucking one-on-one cards that are just beautiful. You'll never see again.
And I think people have been collecting cards a lot longer than they have been shoes too. So,
well, that's the thing too, is like, you can see some of the old heads are going out. You go to these big trade shows, you see booths and booths of just old ass baseball cards. They sit there collecting dust. Nobody fucking wants those cards. There
That's
might be
crazy.
one older gentleman that sees them and wants them, but
That's weird to
none
think
of the
about.
young kids are fucking collecting those old. They just aren't, man.
Right. They want what they're used
They
to
want the
watching.
new shit.
Right.
All the I don't know, but and that's just my opinion. I don't know. I'm not big into the old card collecting, so I don't know how much they. I just know from my eyes, I see the same stuff. Never moves.
Gotcha.
But who knows how much that booth is worth? It's probably way worth more than what I bring out there. So,
Well, I tell you, like I keep saying it when I talk, like these people out here have been nothing but business ever since they showed up.
that's all they are.
Nothing but business.
And it's hard doing business with them. It really is, man, because that's why I'm so proud of Catch. He's a fucking 16-year-old kid and he ain't intimidated. Like, he'll tell him no, he'll take his shit away. If he doesn't want to sell it, he won't be peer pressured into it. If he doesn't like the price, he's not going to take it. He's like,
he's a little hustler.
He's learning this shit. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly, with grown men.
That's what I'm talking
he's
about.
He's not bullshitting with kids. What's that? Yeah, he's now we just need to bring his personality out, and he could be one of these YouTube guys.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get it out when he comes in here.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start sending people in here. You ready for the next?
Let's get it.
All right, cool.